Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Our top story today is once again that cold weather that people here in Florida just may not be used to. Those lower temperatures affecting those at a popular local event.
Yeah, not flip-flops or any t-shirts at Music on Main tonight in Lakewood Ranch. But ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us live from there tonight with more on the conditions outside this evening. Bob?
You know, things are not too bad. Obviously, I got a jacket on here, not cold at all. And Robin, who's with Robin and the Retros, she's got a sweater on. She's got some gloves on. It's not bad. It's actually give you a chance to wear some of your cold weather gear tonight here at Music on Main. And it looks as though we'll see temperatures cool down, but not too bad. There are no freeze warnings, no frost advisories for us here. So as far as that goes, don't worry about covering your plants tonight. That freeze and frost will stay well to our north. And with this high-level cloud cover around, it looks as though temperatures will be moderating a bit tonight. We'll look for lows in the mid-30s, mainly away from the coast. Right now, it's 52 degrees in Sarasota, 49 in Pensacola, 47 in Jacksonville. The wind chill not a factor at this point for us, 44 in Jacksonville and 47 in Pensacola. Your evening planner calls for temperatures to be cool into the low 40s, but as I mentioned, there'll be light winds, so we're not anticipating any kind of a wind chill advisory for us here along the west coast of Florida, and no mention of any rainfall either for the weekend. We'll talk more about that later. The winds have come down anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour, and right here at Lakewood Ranch, not a problem, about 5-mile-an-hour wind. I can hardly see any kind of wind at this point. As far as any kind of flags moving around, they're pretty still at this point. That would indicate winds at around 5 miles an hour. So we're getting ready to rock and roll out here tonight. It looks like just bring a jacket. Should be a great night. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Well, these cold days and nights have definitely been tough for Floridians, especially those living on the street. Cold weather shelters on the Suncoast remain available and open to help get into a warm place. For many people using these cold weather shelters, they say it's a godsend.
The gratitude that I have is overwhelming. I don't know where I would be right now if I didn't have the Salvation Army the last couple days.
The food and the warmth, just, it's not always comfortable, but it's always here.
The Salvation Army is open and providing shelter and a hot meal to those in need. The Salvation Army Center for Hope is located in Sarasota on 10th Street, and the Manatee County's Salvation Army Shelter is located on 14th Street West in Bradenton.
This week's massive winter storm is still impacting thousands of travelers across the country and here on the Suncoast. 5 flights were canceled today at Sarasota Bradenton International. Those flights were to and from northeast cities like New York and Boston. In other news, more women are coming forward claiming sexual abuse against big names in Hollywood.
Now, several women say they were assaulted by Tony Award-winning actor Ben Vereen while he was directing a production at the Venice Community Theater. ABC 7's Erica Jackson spoke to one of those women accusing Vereen of sexual assault and joins us live from the Venice Community Theater. Erica?
Good evening. One woman we spoke to today say those incidents involving Vereen took place here at the Venice Community Theater and at his rental home. Officials with the theater tell us they've also learned of additional situations involving sexual assault. One woman that we did speak to says she worked with Vereen while he was directing a production of Hair at the Venice Community Theater. She claims Vereen invited her and several other women to his rental home on several occasions. She says Vereen forced himself on them with unwanted kisses, stripped naked, and then threatened her if she told anyone about the incidents.
He said, "I want you to kiss me," and I said, I do not want to kiss you. And then he reached around the back of my head and pressed my face towards it and kissed me. And he said, "Do you feel that?" Because his erection was pressing against me. And I didn't really want to acknowledge it because it was like so upsetting.
Vereen has since released a statement on his Facebook page saying, "I'm not going to make any excuses because the only thing that matters here is acknowledging and apologizing for the effects of my conduct on the lives of these women. Going forward, my having to come to terms with my past conduct will inform all of my future interactions, not only with women, but all individuals." We also spoke to the Venice Theater today, and they tell us they're looking to strengthen its sexual harassment and policies and procedures, and that includes reporting reporting them to prevent any other similar situations from taking place in the future. Reporting live in Venice, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Erica, thank you. Bradenton fire officials are investigating the cause of a fire that left 17 people out on the street last night. That fire started at Sun Chase Apartments off 59th Street West around 6:30. There are 8 apartments in that building, and the fire heavily damaged 4 of them. The other 4 suffered smoke damage. The Red Cross was on scene to help find shelter for those who had nowhere to go. No one was hurt, but fire officials say 4 pets died in the fire.
A scaled-back proposal for the Siesta Promenade has been filed. The proposal, filed last month, comes in response to Sarasota County staff finding that the plan was unable to meet the needs of the area after it was submitted in June. In the new plan, Benderson would build 140,000 square feet of retail and restaurant space, 130 hotel rooms, and 415 condominium-style units. The site would be located at the intersection of Stickney Point and US 41.
Soon you can expect your Manatee County students home just a little bit earlier. Back on October 2nd, the Manatee County School District added 10 minutes onto the end of each school day to make up the time lost during Hurricane Irma. Remember, kids lost a week of school after the storm. That time has now been made up, and when classes begin again on Monday, schools will go back to the original bell schedule. That also means the end of the day school bus routes will be 10 minutes earlier than they have been over the last few months.
When the temperatures drop like they did this week, it's time to think about bringing your potted plants inside and protecting other sensitive plants outside. But where do you start? Well, first, cover your plants when temperatures drop into the 40s. Second, what you cover your plants with is also very important.
Well, actually, what I have this covered up right now with is just an everyday, you can find them at home, bed sheet. They work great. But when you use a bed sheet, you do want to take a few things into consideration. You want to take into consideration the weight of the material. If you're using a heavy material on a shrub, it can bend the branches, break them, cause more damage than good. The other thing that you don't want to use is plastic. Plastic actually conducts heat, or not heat, but actual cold. It actually freezes the plants fast. So if you use this, you're actually going to destroy all your plants.
Now, if you have forgotten to cover your plants and they are looking a bit dead, don't tear them out of your gardens quite yet. First, wait until it warms up a little to see if any green returns. However, as Bob said earlier in our newscast, it will not be cold enough tonight to need to cover your plants.
Well, it's not just plants being affected by the cold, wildlife feeling the chill as well. Hundreds of sea turtles stunned by this week's cold weather have been rescued along the Texas coast on Padre Island National Seashore. The National Park Service releasing this video of scientists documenting and tagging the sea turtles before sending them off to rehabilitation.
It's our hope that through these efforts we'll be able to save these turtles so they can be repatriated back into our Texas waters soon.
Well, remember, if you are in Sarasota or Manatee counties and you see a sea animal hurt or in distress, call Mote Marine Lab's 24-hour rescue hotline. The number is 988-0212. Some Florida residents still displaced by Hurricane Irma are getting an extension for hotel stays. FEMA extending hotel stays for eligible survivors from January 7th to February 10th. FEMA pays the hotel directly for the room for short-term stays. Those taking part in the program will receive a phone call telling them whether they are eligible for the extension and what they need to do to remain at their current hotel or find a new one.
4 months after Hurricane Maria, nearly half of Puerto Rico is still without power. To help raise that number, FPL has sent 140 workers to the island this month to aid in restoration efforts. ABC 7 spoke with a service planner for the utility company who will be among the crew going to the island.
It's a great opportunity that only a few people get, and I'm also know that it's going to be a lot of hard labor, a lot of work, a lot of hours, but I'm very excited for the opportunity. You know, we have a lot of experience already in restoration here in Florida because we also hurricane prone. So, you know, we're probably going to be finding the same type of damage that we find here when hurricanes happen. So we're not expecting to find anything different.
Okay, sounds good.
The crews are leaving behind their family and friends here on the Sun Coast. They say they don't expect to be back until full power is restored to Puerto Rico.
An act of kindness by the Jacksonville Jaguars owner who will donate 1,000 playoff tickets to the refugees who were displaced by Hurricane Maria and are now settling in the Jacksonville area. The team will also donate 1,500 tickets to local military at a reduced cost of $20 per ticket for Sunday's big game against the Buffalo Bills. Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, frigid Arctic air is moving in behind that major nor'easter that swept up the East Coast yesterday. We'll take a look at the aftermath of that storm.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back live from Music on Main with your first alert forecast. Plus, when to start your baby on solid foods. We have that answer coming right up.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Sarasota Institute of Lifetime Learning begins its 47th season on Monday, January 8th in Sarasota, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. Meet Jamie Bernstein, music lecturer and daughter of Leonard Bernstein, on Monday, March 19th, and Hedrick Smith, Pulitzer Prize-winning former reporter for the New York Times, on Thursday, February 15th. 72 global issues lectures by renowned experts, 24 musical conversations with great performers. Subscriptions available now. Single event tickets at the door. For more information and to purchase season tickets, visit SILLSarasota.org.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, much of the East Coast still feeling the effects of that monster storm this week. Heavy winds, hurricane-force winds, and for parts of New England, a historic storm surge that left parts of Boston frozen in place. The storm may be gone now, but now the big problem is the frigid cold temperatures. With more, here's ABC's Maggie Rulli.
Frigid cold and harsh winds are lashing the East Coast.
It's painful. It's so cold, like frozen.
With wind chills dipping below zero from New England down to southern Florida.
I think what surprised all of us was the fact that it was all the way up the coast.
Cities now frozen over as they're still recovering from yesterday's monster storm. A record-breaking high tide in Boston topped 15 feet, even beating out the legendary blizzard of '78. Along the coast, more than 1,000 crashes have been reported since yesterday. And these vehicles in Gloucester, Massachusetts, destroyed by the floodwaters after they were forced off the streets due to a parking ban.
Completely totaled. Been underwater for about 4 hours yesterday. Salt water. Nothing we can do.
In Florida, growers fighting against single-digit temps are in a desperate race to save their crops.
Cut your harvest in half.
But many people are not letting the cold get them down.
This is magic to me, pure magic. I never get tired of it.
And out running in shorts. Can you guys believe he's in shorts? This is crazy! Even sitting with a drink on top of their frozen pools in South Carolina. And it is not over yet. Forecasts show it's going to be even colder tomorrow, with wind chills approaching negative 50s in parts of New England and even below zero in North Carolina. Yes, it is cold and getting even colder, but there is some good news in sight. It's supposed to start warming up next week. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
I am sure there are a lot of people looking forward to that warm-up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're not going to get quite as cold tonight, which is nice because Music on Main and Lakewood Ranch is happening this evening.
That's right. Let's go check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Aragon, who is joining us from Music on Main. Bob, how is the weather out there tonight?
Apologize. We obviously can't hear Bob, so we'll fix his microphone and get back to him in a little bit. Should we check traffic right now? Okay, let's go to that. First alert traffic. No major crashes to tell you about right now at this hour, and some typical delays, however, northbound on Interstate 75 right near University Parkway. But other than that, I-75 looking clear at this hour. And in the Lakewood Ranch area as well.
And it looks like we may have Bob's mic back, so we will head back out to Music on Main and check back in with him. Bob?
Yeah, you missed it. I was singing all sorts of stuff. It was great songs. No, seriously, it's not too bad out here tonight. We've got our jackets on, sweaters on. It's going to be a great time. And Rockin' Robin, you'll be warming things up with Robin and the Retros. Robin, what are you guys playing tonight?
That's right. We got 60s, 70s, and 80s music. We got some new music from since last year that we were here.
Yeah, you guys were here last year. It was a great time, too. And we're counting on some people to bear the freezing cold, but it's not bad at all. You know, it gives us a chance. We don't get this very often, you know, to have nice, comfortable weather out here and have some great music.
It's perfect dancing weather. You can dance as much as you want.
And not worry about perspiring.
That's right.
It reminds me of the live shots we do in August when the sweat's just dripping off you. So total different story as opposed to what happens in August. So it's nice out here tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Robin, look forward to you guys playing.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. And we'll be kicking it off here at 6 o'clock tonight. Rockin' Robin, Rockin' Robin. We are looking at some freezing temperatures to the north, but nothing going on here as far as a freeze or frost is concerned. That's all to the north, and that hard freeze warning remains in effect until 10 o'clock for North Florida, but not for us. Lakewood Ranch webcam review showing generally fair skies, although there's some high cirrus clouds that have moved overhead associated with a weak upper air disturbance that's going to be moving through the Gulf of Mexico, and that will actually help keep temperatures a little bit milder tonight. We are still going to see some chilly weather, upper 30s for the most part to start things off across most of the region. There's some moisture well to the west of us. I know some people were hoping to get some snow out of this. It doesn't appear that we're going to get that here. Sometimes you can catch a flurry or two in this kind of situation as a weak disturbance moves overhead, but that is not going to be the case for us at all. And as far as our current conditions go, we have some clouds around, temperatures on the cooler side into the low 50s for the most part, 52 degrees. Look at that dew point. Since the dew point is so low and the temperature 52 degrees, we're not going to see the widespread frost problem either. Pressure way up there at 30, 31, and that continues to rise at this time. Well, statewide temperatures look like this: 49 in Pensacola, 47 in Jacksonville, and there is no real concern of any kind of, again, wind chill advisory for us, although wind chills will be down around 30 degrees to start things off on Saturday morning. That'll be a brief thing. Temperatures currently 52 in Bradenton, it's 52 in Cortez, 57 in Arcadia, and Northport, you're at 58 degrees. Well, the hourly forecast, warmer, at least we'll be in the 60s tomorrow. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for your day on Saturday. Looks to be really quite nice. And in terms of the extended forecast, we are calling for warmer weather to move in. Futurecast showing those high clouds moving in overhead. Again, that's tonight and Saturday morning. Then it kind of breaks out. Lots of sunshine for Saturday. Sunday morning, look for clear skies. Some showers along the East Coast are possible. Now, there is a front that's going to be heading down. A little disruptive weather comes Monday and into Tuesday mainly. But for us, things stay dry over the weekend. Nationally, that major winter storm has now exited the Northeast, and now they're dealing with extreme cold conditions up there as the Arctic blast continues to move in for those folks up in the Northeast. Here's a look at those current temps. It's 2 in Minneapolis, 7 in Cleveland, Boston, 11. Now you factor in the wind, and it gets even colder in places like Detroit and Chicago and Cleveland, and as well as into Boston now at 8 degrees there. Well, here's the boating forecast. As far as boating is concerned, we'll see if we can zip back here and we'll show you the pictures of fishing a little bit later. But here's the 7-day forecast. Cold tonight, low temperatures into the mid 30s for lows, inland areas, upper 30s to near 40 degrees at the beaches. And then you'll notice we'll get to 40 on Sunday, high of 70 though. Should be a nice day on Sunday. And then temperatures warm up back into the mid 70s. We go all week next week with a chance for showers come late Tuesday and into Tuesday night as this little weak system moves on in. So come on out, it's not bad at all. We have a few chairs set up, people and booths are set up. ABC7 is here as well. You want to stop by the booth and say hello. Now back to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. In health news tonight, while you may be more worried about your diet this new year, it's your infant's diet that has some experts concerned. With more, here's ABC's news correspondent Stephanie Ramos.
When is it a good time to start weaning baby off breast milk or formula? For a lot of parents, that's a difficult question. And this week, a new report reveals that nearly 1 out of 3 parents introduce so-called complementary foods either too early or too late. In the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, researchers behind the finding have a warning. Getting this timing wrong may possibly increase a baby's risk for later developing diseases such as celiac disease or type 1 diabetes. The magic window? Most experts agree foods other than breast milk or formula should be incorporated around the 6-month mark, but it may also be okay to start anywhere between 4 and 7 months. If you do that, chances of your baby having these diseases are lower. So if you plan on changing your diet for the new year, you should make sure your child is the right age before changing theirs. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
An E. coli outbreak is now being linked to leafy greens and romaine lettuce. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is announcing that E. coli made 17 people across 13 states sick in late November and early December, and 1 person has died. The CDC says the source of the infection is still unknown, but signs are pointing to romaine lettuce and leafy greens. The CDC says it is still investigating that outbreak. Coming up, tired of waiting? Why you shouldn't take the emergency exit off an airplane. Plus, a cheetah breaks records by giving birth, and igloos show up on a Minneapolis rooftop. Those stories are next. Stay with us.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Van Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in an accident, whether or not it's your fault, your insurance company might be responsible for some of your expenses. So give us a call. We've got your back.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%.
That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Well, imagine waiting to depart on a plane when a fellow passenger becomes so fed up they take the emergency exit. That's exactly what happened this week. A passenger on a Ryanair flight that landed in Spain capturing this video shows the open emergency door and a disgruntled man appearing to assess a jump onto the tarmac before eventually taking a seat on the wing. The man, a 57-year-old Polish national, was eventually talked into getting back onto the plane and was eventually arrested by local police. Passengers say they had been waiting on that plane for about an hour.
One Midwestern zoo's cheetah became a celebrity just by giving birth, shattering expectations, and even breaking some records. With a look at the cubs, here's Jeremy Roth.
A cheetah recently gave birth to 8 cubs at the St. Louis Zoo, and she broke a record in the process. The 3 males and 5 females were born at the zoo's breeding center on November 26th. Of the 430 litters on record with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, it's the largest ever recorded at a zoo. Cheetah litters typically consist of 3 to 4 cubs. The zoo says the cubs and their mother Binghua are doing well. The litter will remain with their mother in a private indoor den for several months. Outdoor dining is usually a no-go during the winter months in Minnesota, but one rooftop bar in Rochester came up with a creative alternative. La Veta installed plastic heated igloos on the roof, which became very popular among customers. But the bar's general manager is being forced to remove the igloos due to a city ordinance that says no building more than 55 feet tall can have membrane structures on it. The GM says he understands the city workers are just doing their job, and he can't guarantee the igloos will make a return. Finally, take a look at this time-lapse video that'll give you a good idea of the kind of extreme weather the country is dealing with. The video showing snowfall piling up was shot over a 13-hour period in Williamsburg, Virginia. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Wow, that is a lot of snow.
It was still going, too.
I know. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a push to weaken oil drilling regulations heats up amid backlash from local lawmakers. We'll have a look at that proposal and what it could mean for the Gulf.
Plus, the race for the next governor of Florida heating up with a new name entering the race.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
Any words about Steve Bannon?
I don't know. He called me a great man last night, so, he obviously changed his tune pretty quick.
What's more frightening of President bragging he has a much bigger, powerful, and working nuclear button, or his former chief strategist claiming the campaign was guilty of treason? I'm Alan Cohen. We'll have a bigger, more powerful trapezoid than those other shows.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.